Hey everyone, Melissa Wick here. I own Wick Law Offices, a small business law firm here in Columbus, Ohio. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I think is super relevant to almost any business, and that topic is funding. Okay, so what should you know if you're going to solicit your friends and family for some money to grow your business? First thing you need to know is that the SEC rules and regulations do actually apply to you. You would think that, maybe they wouldn't, because that seems like something that would apply to bigger, larger businesses on like a much larger scale. But the truth is that they nearly almost always apply. So for example, if you offer membership interest or units in your company to somebody in exchange for some money, or if you sign a promissory note, the SEC regulations apply to you. So since those regulations apply, you need to, number one, either register with the SEC, or number two, and this is what I'm going to talk about, find the exemption that gets you around the SEC so that you can just move forward with your funding round. Okay, so common exemptions to the SEC. So the first one is 10 or less Ohio investors. So the secret sauce is this: is your business an Ohio business? The second question you need to ask is, are all of my investors, 10 or less, are they living in Ohio? Are they Ohio residents? And then the third question you need to ask is, are these investors purchasing for an investment, right? They're not looking to resell this investment. So another good thing about this is there's no rule on how much money you can collect this way. And then these investors don't even have to be accredited investors. Okay, so you're golden if your business is in Ohio, your investors all live in Ohio, and they're not looking to resell this investment. You're golden. You can solicit this, you can solicit from your friends and family. You can collect as much money as you want, and you don't have to check to see whether or not these investors are accredited investors. Okay, moving on. The next way to fund your business would be to rely on 506B and 506C exemptions. And I like to call this rely on your rich friends and family round, because with this type of exemption, you can only solicit money from accredited investors generally. So you can't just ask anybody, right? It has to be someone that is an accredited investor. Okay, so to be an accredited investor, you have to have an income of at least $200,000 and have a reasonable expectation that you'll continue to make that amount of money. And your net worth needs to be about $1 million, not including the value of your homes. There are ways you can deal with people who are not accredited, but the easiest way is to deal with accredited investors. So if you're going to use 506B exemptions, you can ask for an unlimited amount of money from an unlimited amount of accredited investors. Okay, and so listen, if you don't have a bunch of millionaires in your back pocket, that's cool. I don't either. So like there is another way, right? It's the 506B exemption, and you can solicit unaccredited investors here, right? Under 506B. Only less than 35 though. You cannot go above the number of 35 people. You have to go through sort of an analysis to make sure that these investors are sophisticated, right? So you're going to want to evaluate whether or not they have knowledge or experience in business, whether they have any financial acumen at all, and whether they are able to assess, potential risks with this sort of investment, right? So as always, this is just sort of glossing over the fine points of this area of law. And I would strongly encourage you to consult with a lawyer anytime you're thinking of raising funds for your business. But I wanted to just highlight that there are available options to you if you're somebody that has a smaller business that isn't going to qualify for something like venture capital, and maybe you don't want to go to the bank and take out debt. So there are other options available to you, and I wanted to highlight those to you today. If you want to learn more, please do not hesitate to contact me. My name is Melissa Wick. I own Wick Law Offices in Columbus, Ohio. My phone number is 614-572-6366, and my email is mwick@mwicklaw.com. Thanks for watching.